So we're going to have a little bit of fun with Preston Jacobs and the Red Team. Now, Preston's thing, like mine, is mainly Game of Thrones. He only does a few things on Dune. But they put out this very small video trying to be exceedingly clever. And it's rather shocking because Preston is usually fairly intelligent, but he has a lot of subscribers. And for the most part, I think he's earned his money. But here, he just asks some really stupid stuff. And I don't know. I mean, they admit they're just getting into Dune, so I understand, but it was really catastrophically stupid.
There's a question of how they ever found Dune in the first place. Like, how did you get to Dune in the first place if interstellar travel requires spice? And I don't know. I'm sure there's some explanation, but
Hey, wait a minute. Yeah, how the fuck did they? Hey, wait a minute. Oh, dude, don't do that.
This is like this. I'm sure there's an explanation, but like this is like a classic question that first Dune readers are like, wait a minute, if Dune is the only place where spice is, how did they get to Dune? That just it's like shh, relax.
All right, so the puzzle, as far as I understand it, is how did they get to Arrakis? Well, they got there through faster than light travel. Faster than light travel technology was already a thing. They got there the way you usually get there in space. They got on a ship and they got there. Spice is not necessary for space travel. What is necessary was the space folding. They already had space travel. However, there was a drawback, namely, it was extremely dangerous because, again, this is the thing you appreciate about Frank Herbert. He's using real physics. In real physics, things are constantly moving in space. Just trying to be out there and not get hit is actually very, very hard. So you have to be very careful in space. So if you're traveling extremely fast, the likelihood of you hitting something is really large. What the Spice did with the Guild is by creating the navigators, it really eased those safety issues. It didn't eliminate it. The navigators can sometimes screw up, but by using the Spice and enhancing their powers, they basically made it almost virtually safe to, again, use space travel and not get killed. But in terms of the Fremen, I'd imagine, yeah, they just got on the ships, they paid a huge price, and just patiently got there. And again, it could have taken a long time, but again, Frank Herbert is good here too. He gives us enough with the Fremen, with their rituals and their tribal society, that it does seem incredible that they'd wait that long or take that amount of time to get there. But again, they would do it. If they really believe that Arrakis is going to be hospitable, then they're going to go there. There's also some additional world building that Arrakis was originally planned to be quote unquote green, but the spice became such a valuable resource. They abandoned that and just started exploiting the resource. And again, the Fremen are there, which sets up the dramatic tension. But there's no plot hole, there's no major mystery, there's not even a confusion. Spice and space travel are conceptually different. They're tied together through the Guild. Again, you don't really need even the Guild to do space travel. You just need to have the equipment to do so. The Guild is just the preferred method because, again, they have a lot of expertise here. But again, in principle, if you know enough how to run a spaceship, you get a spaceship, you go out there. It would just take an extremely long amount of time without the navigator and without the spice. So it's sort of akin to horses and cars. The spice, yes, facilitated an insane amount of advancement, but it's not like you didn't have any method of transportation. You could still rely upon the horse. Everyone could. It would just be pretty slow, and it would still be pretty dangerous, right? Because a horse can break down, right? You're liable to all these elements like tornadoes or storms. So you're taking a huge risk, but again, it does work. And if you're careful enough, you'll get where you're going. It'll just take an extreme amount of time. So I guess the real puzzle here is not really the space travel, but the Fremen and their resilience or their patience. But again, I think he did enough with the rituals that, yes, it seems like this kind of society would be willing to wait a while to get where it's going. So I understand. And again, I'm mostly saying Preston is a good guy, but really, this was just an insanely stupid question. I just don't understand how he could have messed it up so badly, but, it happens. We're just going to have a good laugh at them. I don't even know if this counts as a lore issue. It just seems they got confused, and that's about it. But there's no real confusion here. Space travel was a thing. The spice just helped it a lot, but the two are not technically logically connected to one another.